Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am back with my most requested video ever, which is gonna be my makeup collection. You guys have been asking for me to film this for the longest time ever, so I finally decided that I was gonna film it. And all of my makeup I did buy with my own money. I'm really thankful for everything that I have. Some people will think that it's a lot. Some people will think that it's nothing. But point is, I'm really thankful for everything that I have. I know some people are not as fortunate to have the amount of makeup that I have. But yeah, you guys wanted to see it, so here I am filming it for you guys. Let's just stop this boring intro and let's just get right into the video. For those who haven't seen my room tour yet, this is what my vanity looks like. Everything is pretty much from IKEA. I will have the links to everything down below, but I pretty much like to keep my vanity very clean looking, so I keep very few little things on top of it, as you can see. But yeah, that's pretty much what my setup looks like. So now we can move on to going through every single drawer. Okay guys, so here's the first drawer, and this is my face drawer. So in here I just keep foundations in this side. I keep loose powders and pressed powders on this side. I also have setting sprays over here. I do also have some primers in here, and here I have all of my concealers. So yeah, for foundations I have the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I also have the infallible 24-hour matte foundations, and I do have them in multiple shades because I do fade tan, so I need multiple shades for when I'm tanned and when I'm not. I also have the L'Oreal True Match. I have the Naked Skin One and Done from Urban Decay. I have the Too Faced Born This Way, which I don't really like, to be honest, but I just keep it in case I have some clients or just friends that want me to do their makeup that have normal to oily skin, because I do have dry skin and I don't think this works really well with it. But then I have my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation. I also have my Makeup Forever Face and Body foundation, which looks kind of old and disgusting, but it's not. It's just a weird formula. It's like jello kind of, so if you don't shake it, it's kind of weird. I also have my It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC creams, and again I do have them in two shades. One is in the shade light and the other one is in the shade medium. I also have this I don't know, it's just a sample for a foundation. Then I also have the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus foundation. I do also have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick foundation and the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And finally, I also have the Maybelline Dream Cushion foundation, which I really enjoy, by the way. It's really good. Moving on to setting powders, I have the RCMA No Color powder, which, as you can see, it's really loved. I love this thing and I'm almost all done. Then I have my Ben Nye Banana powder, which I like to use to clean up my contour. Then I also have the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, which is my all-time favorite. Then we have this Gosh Prime and Set, which I've had forever and I don't really use it anymore, but I did use quite a bit of it, so I guess that meant I like it, because if not, I would have thrown it already. Then I have this Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And then finally, I have my well-loved MAC MSF in the shade Medium Golden, and it's just pressed powder, and it's really, really good. And here I just keep concealers, so I have the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I have some LA Girl Pro Concealers. I have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, MAC Select Moisture Cover, Fit Me Concealer by Maybelline. I have the NARS Concealer, Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, NYX HD Concealer, MAC, I don't know, cause, yup. Then I have the Catrice Camouflage Cream Concealer and some other LA Girl Pro concealers over there. So yeah, those were all of my concealers. I have a lot because I love trying out different concealers. So now let's move on to my primers. The first primer I see here is the Too Faced Hangover RX, which is a really nice primer. I really recommend it. I also have the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer, and it's the hydrating primer. Then I have the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer, which is a really nice dupe for the Benefit Professional Primer. So there you go. Then we have the iconic Post Shave Balm, which isn't a real primer, but everyone used this as a primer back in the day, and it's really good. Now let's move on to setting sprays. The first one I have is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then we have my beloved Fix Plus, which I go through these like nobody's business. It's a must-have. Then way back there I have this RCMA makeup thinner, and this is awesome if you have like a foundation or like any liquid product that you have and that you find is too thick. You can just put a few drops of this in your foundation and it will make it a lot thinner. I also use this for my dried up brow pomades, and this really does the trick. So yeah, that was all for the first drawer. So now let's move on to the second drawer. Oh, and by the way, these dividers are also from IKEA, and I will also list them down below. I love them because they were pretty cheap and they fit perfectly in here. I just had to cut a little bit of the sides so that it would fit, but it was really easy to do, and like it fits perfectly. It doesn't slide around and it's just perfect. So but as I was saying, this is my lip drawer, and in general, I love these compartments from IKEA to store my makeup in, but I don't like it to store my lipstick because I'll show you in a second. Well, right here, look. Like if you drop something on it and go to clean it, it will just stain the heck out of it. So it's perfect to store every other makeup, but sometimes when I go to like sharpen them, I have some like lip pencil residue on it, and then when I store it back, it just stains. In this one, I keep all of my lip pencils, Vaseline, my sharpeners, lip balms. I have a lot of lip pencils because I'm just obsessed with lip pencils. I have some from NYX. I have some from MAC. I also have a few Kylie Cosmetics lip pencils. I have one from Rimmel. I have plenty from NYX, from MAC, and from Kylie Cosmetics basically. So that's that. Over here I have all of my high-end lip glosses down here. So I have the Kylie Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Poppin', and this gloss is so pretty. Then I also have the lip gloss in the shade Literally. Then I have this very old MAC lip gloss, and fun fact, these two glosses were my first ever makeup product, so it's just here for sentimental purposes. Then I also have my favorite gloss from MAC ever, Rainbow Interlude Gloss, and it was a collaboration with Mariah Carey, and I loved it so much that I bought a backup. Then we have some NYX glosses over here, so basically some drugstore glosses. Now let's move on to this compartment right here. In here I just keep all of my high-end liquid lipsticks. I have this one from Too Faced. I also have a few Kylie Cosmetics one. And then I have these two, which I kept in the packaging. This one is a Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick again, but this one is in the shade Sellout. And finally, I have my one and only Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick, which this is probably the best formula of liquid lipstick that I've tried. So I'm kind of pissed that I didn't buy more because there are no Sephora's in Belgium, but this one is in the shade Muse and it's so pretty. I'm obsessed with this one. So then way back there, I just have all of my drugstore liquid lipsticks. So I have a few NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I have a ton of the ColourPop liquid lipsticks. I have an LA Girl liquid lipstick. I also have one from LA Splash. I have one from Gerard Cosmetics. And way back there, I also have a few from New Look. Then over here, I just have my lipsticks. I don't have that many. Most of my lipsticks are from MAC, as you can see. And I have the shade Whirl, Russian Red, Velvet Teddy, Honey Love, and Diva. Then I also have one from Wet n Wild, this one from Revlon. Now moving on to the third drawer. This is my contouring drawer. In this compartment, I just have all of my compacts. So in here, I just have my sculpting powder by Kevyn Aucoin. Then I have the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. I also have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's the lightest shade. I also have two Too Faced compacts. One is in the shade Chocolate Soleil and the other one is in the shade Milk Chocolate Soleil. Then I have a Rimmel Natural Bronzer. Then we have this one, which is the Bobbi Brown Bronzer. In here, I just have my drugstore contour palettes. This one is the e.l.f. contour palette in the shade Light, and this is what it looks like. Then I have this one, which I'm obsessed with, and that's why the writing is destroyed. But it's the Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour palette. I'm obsessed with this palette. I always take it with me when I travel. Then we move on to this compartment, and in here I just keep my high-end contour palettes. So the first one is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I think you all know what this looks like, but it's really dirty because I use it so much. Then I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and this, guys, I don't even know if I want to show it to you guys. Like, look at this. Like, that's so embarrassing, but this was my first contouring kit, so I blame it on that. But then I have my MAC palette, and in here I just have two powder pans. Then way back there I have this empty MAC palette, and this is perfect for traveling if I want to put like my contouring shades and my blushes over here. So I just like to keep this in here. Then back there I have my cream contour type products. So this first one is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. Then I just have all of my LA Girl Pro Concealers in darker shades because I really do like these to cream contour with. Okay, so I just brought you a little closer so that you can see everything that's in here. But basically in here I just have all of my highlighters. So I have some cream highlighters but also some powder highlighters. I also have this one which is supposed to go here, but it's so big that I just had to put it over here. But yeah, these are all my singles. So I have the MAC Soft and Gentle in the very, very old packaging. Then we have the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion in number 2, I think, or number 1. I think it's number 1. And this one is so pretty as well. It's so light reflecting, like it's right here. I don't know if you can see that. Then we have the classic Mary Luminizer. Yeah, this is the Mary Luminizer, and this is what it looks like. Then I have one of my favorites also right here, which is the Becca featuring Jaclyn Hill in the shade Champagne Pop. And I'm obsessed with Becca highlighters. Like, they're so smooth. Like, all of my highlights are pretty smooth, but this one is by far the smoothest. Like, it's so finely milled that it actually looks like water when you put it on your cheek. This doesn't do it justice at all, but I'm obsessed with this highlighter. It's so good. Then another one I'm really obsessed with is the Ofra highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. This one is pretty similar to the Champagne Pop formula. I mean the Becca formula. It's also incredibly smooth and it's just a dream. Then we have the Fenty Beauty Highlight Duo in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. This packaging kills me every time. Then I also have the Kiko eyeshadow in shade 208, which is a dupe for the MAC Oh Darling highlighter. Okay, so moving on, I also have a few ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighters. Then I also have the e.l.f. highlights. Then I have the Benefit High Beam. I have the Max & More highlight stick. I also have the Max Strobe Cream. I have this Essence Glitter Shimmer Drops. I also have the Makeup Forever Starlit Powder in the shade 13. And this is a great highlighter topper if ever you want to like make your highlight pop. This is what it looks like. Then I have another Max & More highlight stick but in a lighter shade. Then we have the Artist Couture Diamond Glow powders. I have one in the shade Cocoa Bling and the other one in the shade Illuminati. Then I have my NYX Liquid Illuminator in the shade Gleam. And then finally I have this Essence The Metals eyeshadow, but I like to use it as highlights. Oh my god, that was a lot, but those were all my compacts. I also have this one, which is also a compact, and it's the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in the shade Ice Cold. Then over here I have my high-end highlighter palettes. So this first one is the Glow Kit highlighter palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is what it looks like. I'm in love with these shades. I love this palette. And then I have the Anastasia featuring Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, and this one is also really beautiful. I did do a review on this. If you're interested, I'll link it down below. This one is even more pigmented than the original ones, which I didn't even think it was possible, but this one is really pigmented. And here I just keep my blushes. So I have my recent favorite, which is from Essence, and it's the Matte Touch blush in the shade Bury Me Up. I have blushes from Sephora, some are from e.l.f. I have this Milani blush in the shade Luminoso. I have a MAC blush, some Tarte blushes. I have another MAC blush over here. I have a few ColourPop blushes. Way back there I have a Max & More blush and a DB blush. I also have a Bourjois blush, a L'Oreal blush, and then I have this little guy which comes with a mini blush and a mini Tarte lip paint. Then I have some blush palettes over here. This one is a drugstore blush palette and it's called the Shapen blush palette. Then I have my MAC blush palette. I don't remember all of the names, but I'm pretty sure I have Melba, Fleur Power, Gingerly, Peaches, and this one, I think it's called Cubic. Then I have my Morphe 9B blush palette. This is what it looks like. This one is also really nice, but the colors are really pigmented and I'm kind of scared to use this. But I'll try to put this on my Vanity so that I can use it more, because some of these shades are actually really pretty, but they're just so pigmented. It's really kind of overwhelming. Then I have my e.l.f. blush palette, which looks like this. Over here I have some drugstore highlighting palettes. So I have this one from Sleek, which everyone loves, and it's the highlighting palette in the shade Solstice. I have this one, which reminded me of the Nicole Guerrero palette. This palette came from Action, which is a store that we have here in Belgium. And then I have this other one, which also reminds me of another highlighting palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think it's the Moonchild palette. And this is what the colors in this one look like. I really have to use these more because they're beautiful and so pigmented, but I always forget to reach for them. So that was all for this drawer. In this one, this is my kind of boring slash messy drawer. So in here I just have cotton rounds, some sponges, makeup wedges, a backup of my Real Techniques beauty sponge. I also have backups for the Tarte Shape Tape. Then I have a backup for my Hangover RX. And I pretty much just have a lot of backups. So I have a backup of my cellar water. I have some lotion, some face mask over here, some lashes, nail polish remover, nail polishes, my contact lenses from Solotica, which I never use, but I should. Okay, so this first drawer is gonna be really easy to go through because I'm not really gonna go through it. In here I just have all of my everyday skincare stuff. But yeah, this is a boring drawer, so now let's move on to this one. This is basically my eye and eyebrow drawer. So in here I just keep everything that I need for my eyes. So I have some MAC paint pots. Then I have the Maybelline Eye Studio Drama Gel eyeliner, and this was my favorite for the longest time ever. And then we have some eyelash curlers. That's a must when your lashes are non-existent like mine. Down here we have mascaras and eyeliners. So I have this Kat Von D tattoo liner, which is awesome, but my favorite eyeliner is the NYC liquid eyeliner, and this is the blackest eyeliner I've ever owned. It's so good and it's matte, so I'm obsessed with this one. Then I have this one, which is the City Proof 24 Hour, and I don't really like this one because it's kind of glossy and shiny, so I don't like this one a lot. Then I have a Kiko liner. Then I have all of my mascaras. So I have one from Essence. I have a Maybelline one, another Maybelline one. So this one is my favorite one, and it's the L'Oreal Telescopic, but as you can see, it also lost all of the writing on it because I'm obsessed with these. Then also for my eyes, we have lashes, and these are all Cocoa lashes but in different styles. I also really like these ones from Primark, which are only €1.50. And these are the full look ones. These are so natural looking and they look like the very natural lash extensions. So I just stocked up on a few of them because sometimes Primark will do this really funny thing where they don't stock up on their lashes. So I just like to keep a few in stock. Then I have the only MAC lashes that I own. I don't even know what they're called, but that's what they look like. And I have my House of Lashes lash case in which I keep some of the lashes that I've already used. Then over here I just have some eyelash glue. So I have some from House of Lashes. This one is the Duo one. I have more House of Lashes. And here I just keep everything that I use on my eyebrows. So I have the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomades. I have my Morphe eyebrow palette, which I love by the way, and that's what it looks like. I have the Benefit Brow Zings. Then I have a brow razor. I have the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. I also have a NYX brow pencil. I have an NYC Lash and Brow Clear Mascara. In this drawer, I just have all of my glitters and my single eyeshadows. So all these glitters are freaking beautiful and awesome, and they were only $1. Like, what the heck? I will link them down below, but I think I pretty much bought all of the colors that the website offered at that time, and I'm just obsessed with them. There's like no reason for you to buy more expensive glitters. These are cosmetic glitters, so they won't hurt your eyes, and still they're like $1 each, so that's pretty amazing. So then over here I have all of my ColourPop single shadows. Then over here I have a few colored eyeliners. So I have one that's from Tubi and the other one is from NYX. Then I also have single eyeshadows from Kiko. We're almost there. In here I have all of my eyeshadow palettes. So I have the Tartelette in Bloom palette, which looks like this. And then I have the regular original Tartelette palette. Then I have the BH Cosmetics featuring Carly Bible palette. Then I have all of my Morphe palettes. I have the Morphe 350 palette. Then I have the Morphe 35B palette, which looks like this. I forgot about this, but I have my Coastal Scents, like OG Coastal Scents palette. And this, guys, is so funny. Can we please sum this video up for how far I've come? Like, what the heck? Then I have my Makeup Forever palette, in which I keep all of my Makeup Geek shadows. And this is one of my favorite palettes. I have the Maybelline The Nudes palette. I have eyeshadow palettes that are from Max & More, which are surprisingly pigmented. Then I have my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, which looks like that. And if you don't own this, what are you doing? Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, Urban Decay Naked One palette. I also have the Kat Von D Shade and Lights eye palette, and then I have the Modern Renaissance palette. And then finally we have the last drawer, which is pretty sad, but it's just the drawer in which I keep makeup bags. So yeah, that was it for my makeup collection, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in my next one. Mwah!